Hi YouTube! I'm Taylor. Welcome to Ginger Next Door. Today's video is going to be a drugstore first impressions. I picked up a few things specifically from Walmart, which is where I happened to be this morning, and saw some things I wanted to try. So that's what we're doing today. So we're going to rewind to back before I had makeup on my face, and I'm going to show you some products. I think there's a very obvious first step here. You gotta get your hair out of your eyes. You can use your own discretion to decide which type of animal ears you would like to use to get said hair out of said eyeballs. Okay, but for reals, the first product that I'm going to try is this Hard Candy. This has a very long name on it. Hard Candy Sheer Envy Instant Eye Fix Under Eye Treatment. Depuffs, brightens, smooths, primes, and moisturizes. We will see about that. This caught my eye because here we go again with the packaging. I don't have a ton of products from Hard Candy, and so when I walked past this immediately caught my eye because I thought it was cute. And then I realized it was kind of a skincare type thing, so I wanted to try it out because it's only $5 and I really like these like depuffing things that have that cold little applicator because it's metal, so it automatically feels nice under your eyeballs. It's tinted. Now I'm nervous. Okay, I didn't know. I'm gonna rub that in. Okay, so I noticed when I blended this out, the color mostly went away, but it did give a tiny bit of a color correcting effect under my eyes, which is great because that's always my biggest complaint. So like it did depuff a tiny bit. It's not first thing this morning, so I've already like used an eye cream and stuff. It's actually 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So tomorrow morning when I try this on my very, very puffy eyes, then I'll be able to tell. The thing I'm interested to see is if it really primes my under eyes. It does feel really nice. The only thing with this little applicator guy is it doesn't really blend it in, so you can rub that around under there because it feels cold, but it's not really doing much for the blending factor. I'm just gonna, it's fine. My under eyes have been dark since I was 9, so I feel like that actually helped a lot. And it gets a little bit tacky, but not disgustingly sticky, so that will definitely help to keep your under eye product, like your concealer or color corrector, whatever, on under there. Yay! Okay, so far so good. We're gonna see what it looks like under makeup. So I did not pick up a primer today, so I'm just going to use my regular one. I'm gonna do that really quick and then we'll move on to foundation. I figured I would still stick to the theme of drugstore products though, and use the Maybelline Blur Stick. Rub that on there. I'm really loving this like tinted primer thing because it kind of gives you a first layer to work with, which is nice. Just gives you a little something something. Plus I really like this little stick because it does exactly what it says it will and it blurs out your pores a little bit. So this is something that's nice to like put on even if you're not going to put a foundation over it because it gives you the tiniest tint and just kind of gives you like a smoothing effect. This thing that I picked up that is new to me, there's a bug over there. The next thing that I picked up that is new to me is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I've heard amazing things about this. Today when I walked past this, they had the full display and every color was there, which is great because a lot of stores I've seen only carry like 7 shades of this, and it comes in like 30 or something. This is a 2-in-1 foundation concealer. I got the shade Light. And then along with my foundation, I picked up one of these. This is the L'Oreal Blend Artist. The L'Oreal Infallible Blend Artist Blending Sponge. This has 4.5-star reviews, so I thought I would give it a shot. I can't figure out on here if you're supposed to use this wet or not, like if it's supposed to be like a beauty blender or... It's a little hard. Like, is that gonna feel like I'm punching myself in the face? I'm also very confused if I'm supposed to get this wet. Use tip to apply foundation or cream all over face. Just the tip? Get out of here. Apply a small amount of foundation onto blender. Bounce all over face until desired coverage is achieved. Okay, I went and got this wet, and now it feels like a little cloud. This is the texture that I like. This feels like it has air inside of it, and not like a tiny, tiny fist beating your face. Oh, please let this be the red color. Hello? Okay. Oh. I'm gonna try the flatter side of this. Oh, that's nice feeling. That's actually blending that in really nicely. I don't know if I would say it's quite as soft as the Beauty Blender, and it still is really soft. I also actually really like how big this little bottom part is because it covers a lot of your face quickly. Also, let's talk about this foundation because I'm digging it. It looks good. I can still see my freckles through it a little bit, but I could see where if you did not use a damp sponge and used more of a brush, or if you built this up a little bit, it would definitely give you full coverage, which is great. I like the option to have full coverage or not. Okay, this little sponge actually is really great. I can see why it has such good reviews because it's just blending everything in really nicely. I think I actually am going to just take that right under my under eyes and skip the concealer since this is supposed to be like a 2-in-1 product, which seems kind of weird to me, but this has a nice little point that can get right in that spot under your under eyes without feeling like you're poking your eye out. And take that up onto my lid because my lids are veiny. I like the finish on this foundation a lot. I feel like it gives you a nice demi-matte finish. It's definitely not dewy, but it's not so matte that it looks dry by any means. And this definitely is something that's buildable. So if you are a fan of full coverage, this would be great for you. Or if you like more medium coverage, just apply a medium amount. I am going to put a little bit more on these little zits. Hormonal zits. Okay, so far we're like 3 for 3 on this Drugstore First Impressions journey. Since I'm testing out this foundation, I am going to do the same thing that I normally would and set that with a powder really quick. Again, to stick with the drugstore theme, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Lace. And I actually prefer to use a damp sponge to set my makeup as well. I just dip this little corner part into my powder and then just press it into the skin. And obviously that's not a first impression because I've used this powder quite a bit, but I actually really like this. I feel like it gives you a nice finish without being too cakey. It prevents creasing and it helps control my oily forehead. Okay, the next thing I'm actually really excited about, and I hope that I like it. This is the CoverGirl Peach Punch Highlighter Palette. This has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter in it. This smells like peaches. I wonder where they got that idea. It's fine. I'm hoping that this is like really great. This smells like a candy necklace and I like it. Okay, I'm just gonna dip my little brush into that bronzer. Ooh, okay. It's a little light as in pigmentation. The pigmentation's a little light, but the color is actually really nice. Forehead bronzing, like I always say, create the illusion that I go outside. I actually really like that. Wow, I'm like kind of extremely impressed. Hooray! Next is this peachy pinky blush right here. Oh, that's pinkier than that is a lot more pigmented than I had expected. It's gonna blend a little. Here's a trick. If you get too much blush, just take your bronzer brush and just kind of blend. It looks like it has the tiniest little bit of shimmer in there, but it's not enough that it's really noticeable. The bronzer is completely matte, which is great. And then let's do highlighter. I'm excited to try this highlighter. It's a little bit more pinky. Oh, oh my gosh. That is like really pretty. I was nervous. I'm sorry, CoverGirl. I should not have doubted. I'm also going to take a little of this on my little nose. Oh my gosh, that is really pretty. And the lip. Let's just highlight everything. Wow. I really like that. Plus, it's all in one, which is always great. Okay, I'm going to hurry and do my brows really quick off camera. I don't have any new brow products to try today. And then I'm going to come back and finish up with the next two things. Alright, now that we have the eyebrows, let's move on to the eyelids. This I'm excited about. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the Rosé in the Air eyeshadow palette. I think this was the priciest thing that I bought, and it was like $9.99 or something. Listen, the packaging issue again. Congratulations, I'm 100. That took me so long to get all of this packaging off of here. Okay! Ta-da! So, this is lots of warm oranges and browns. Shocking, I know. Let's do this thing. Okay, first color, I'm gonna go with this top one, this kind of taupey brown. It says transition on it, so that's always a good place to start, right? Oh, wow. The pigmentation on that was shocking. What? Okay. I'm just going to put this mostly on the outer corner and into the crease. That color is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. I kind of went ham and may have ruined. It's fine. Just blend and blend and blend and blend. Okay, so I'm just blending that mostly on the outer corner, into the crease, and then above the crease. If you put a color directly into your crease when you open your eye, you won't be able to see it. That's not true. If you have slightly hooded eyes like I do, I like to put mine up. When I say the crease, I mean the crease and then right above. Not quite to the brow bone. That color definitely went darker than I had expected it to for what look I had in mind, but that's okay. We are gonna keep moving forward. The next thing that's jumping out at me is this beautiful pumpkin spice orange color. We're gonna put that in the crease also. This is a Morphe M441 brush. Slightly smaller, fluffy brush. I'm gonna tap that off a little bit. And again, putting that in the outer corner, working it in, blending forever. This color I'm keeping a little bit lower on the lid, not taking it up quite as high as that first shade. Also, I'm very impressed with this eyeshadow palette. I actually really like it so far. I'm also going to take my first fluffy brush just to blend those two shades together without putting any more product on it. Okay, next I'm going to take this more reddish orangey shade to put on the very outer corner, kind of like an outer V and along the top lash line. And I'm keeping that really low on the lid and blending it into the crease just slightly so that all of your colors get a nice gradient look. The pigmentation of these shadows is ridiculous. I know I've said that 56 times, but I'm going to say it a 57th. It's insane. And I'm just going to take a clean, fluffy brush and blend everything together a little bit. These eyeshadows are amazing and beautiful, and I'm very, like, jazzed. Okay, so I've kind of made it a rule for myself that whatever I do to the top lid, I like to do to the bottom lid as well. I love a good smoky under eye, even on the simplest of looks. I'm addicted to it. I can't stop doing it. So I'm basically just going to take this transition shade first, smudge that along the lash line. And this one I'm going to take from inner corner to outer corner. The whole thing. Then I'm going to take that beautiful, perfect pumpkin spice shade and go from outer corner almost all the way to inner corner, but not quite. And just working back and forth, smudging and blending. Okay, keeping with the theme of using the same thing on the top as the bottom, I'm going to use that reddish shade on the very outer corner, about halfway through the lower lash line, just to make everything cohesive and blended and pumpkin spicy. I'm focusing most of that color on the outer corner. Then I'm just going to take a small pencil fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M169. And I'm just going to use that to smudge that lower lash line a little bit more. Since I'm not using an eyeliner today, I'm just going to take this really dark brown right here and use that to kind of create a smoky sort of winged liner on the top lash line. I'm just taking that and smudging it on the lash line and bringing it out just a tiny bit in the corner. The thing that's great about using an eyeshadow as an eyeliner is that it doesn't have to be perfect at all. It just gets to be smudgy and it's great. Okay, and since this really cute gold shimmer is catching my eye, I'm just going to use this on the very inner corner, just so we get a little shimmer in there. These shadows are great. I haven't had any issues with fallout, like at all, which is fantastic, and they blended really easily. So if you're in the market for a warm-toned eyeshadow palette and want to only spend 10 bucks on it, I like this option. I'm just going to take this matte creamy eyeshadow just to use as a brow bone highlight. For some reason I just feel like putting that light little shade right there does so much. It always makes my eyeshadow feel more complete once I get that last little touch in there. I like that palette a lot. I'm really excited. Okay, I'm going to put on mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, very last thing to finish off this look. I have a new lipstick. This is from Burt's Bees. Ooh, that's so beautiful looking. This is, I almost said flavor. This is the shade 502 Suede Splash. That feels nice and slidey and hydrating. I actually really like that color. Yay! Oh my gosh! Did I just do this? Where I had every product work? Okay, that's it for this drugstore first impressions. Tell me below in the comments if there's a product that you've tried recently that you loved or if you hated it. Tell me the thing that was the worst thing you've ever put on your face. I want to know. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go binge watch Sabrina now. Goodbye!